in the Bible is a word, a passage where Jesus is attributed as saying, woe to you hypocrites, you clean the outside of the cup, but on the inside you're full of dead men's bones and all kinds of filthiness. I must say again, the language and idioms expressed in the Bible are expressed in a very harsh and masculine way. What that passage is actually saying to me, viewing it through the divine feminine mother lens, it is saying that don't try to eradicate or cleanse or purge your external vices and habits. Like, for instance, maybe you use drugs, maybe you drink, maybe you are a bit on the promiscuous side, and you have outer spots that you try to polish, but you need to look deeper. You need to look inside of the cup. Inside of the cup, there's a little child that is projecting memories that happened during childhood, and we need to go and look to the inside, to that little child, and see what happened during childhood. What happened during childhood that made you feel unloved, unseen, unheard, not validated, unappreciated, disrespected? What happened during childhood that now are the unconscious drivers of your behaviors and patterns that show up on the outside as substance abuse and drug use and alcoholism, for example, or any other compulsiveness that you are trying to cope by. You see, I don't like the way the Bible represents Jesus. Anybody that speaks with such inflection, with such harshness, and calls out to you hypocrite. I mean, you're only going to be speaking to a wounded, defensive ego. You cannot be speaking in that manner to the wounded inner child. It's this type of expression that drove the child into the shadow in the first place. I don't know if Jesus spoke that way. It is possible, because Jesus was human, very much like us. And he had to learn and confront his ego to mellow it out in his later years. But when we speak so harshly and point at another, we are reflecting the disharmony within ourselves. If we call out the hypocrisy in someone else, it's highly likely that we feel the energy of hypocrisy within ourselves. And therefore we bring forth that accusatory tone in our communication. Now, Jesus was just addressing ego minds, and ego minds are just going to defend themselves in a surface manner, where it's become sticks and stones that are thrown back and forth. But to speak to the inner cup, to speak to the child, and to clean the inside of the cup, we have to approach that with gentleness. We can't approach that with any kind of condemnation or criticism. So in order to clean the inside of the cup, you need to go inside of yourself to those childhood memories and see where you were unloved. The first incidences you remember where you were unloved. Because your outer habits are just the external cry of wanting to be loved. And it's like an attention-seeking child. Only as an adult, your attention-seeking is a little bit more self-destructive. But it's no different than a child throwing a temper tantrum. You just want to be seen. You just want to be heard. You just want to be acknowledged that you are worthy of respect, that you're worthy of being noticed. So you want somebody to notice. And unfortunately, with a lot of our adult habits, the only ones that notice are the police and the judge and the prison wardens. But it is a very loud cry for a silent desire of, I mean something. I matter. I want to be seen. I want to be respected. So you have to go about it a different way. You have to go from the inside out and clean your cup on the inside to shine on the outside.